And we're back with some more Hamilton Tigers franchise mode in FHM 11. And in this one, we have the playoffs of year number 11, starting out against the Tampa Bay Lightning, who went 54, 24, and 4. And as we see by the league standings page here, Connor Bedard had 140 points on the season. No one else even had 100. And he is healthy this year for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So we're going to have to deal with him, unfortunately. So here we go into game number 1, not wasting any time. Sim game that will be a 4-0 Tampa Bay victory. Shots are 35-29 in favor of Tampa. 3 stars of the game, Camiso, Taylor, and Wilkie. So Camiso's back at it again. First period, Vanacker with the goal makes it 1-0 for Tampa. Then Franzen with the goal puts him up 2-0 heading into the second period, where it's Verhoff with the goal. And then the third period, you have Bedard getting his first of the series to make it a 4-0 Tampa victory. All right, game number 2 will be a 3-2 Hamilton victory. There you go. Shots are 41-22 in favor of Tampa, but we get the victory. 3 stars of the game are Nemitz, Vanacker, and Gagin with a 951 save percentage. First period, Harley with the goal. So the former Hamilton Tiger signs with Tampa during the offseason, I assume, and he puts them up 1-0, but then Frundell with the goal from Wallander and Nemitz makes it 1-1 heading in the second period, where there's no scoring. Third period, you have Vigo Bjork with the goal from Lundborg and Ryabkin. Then it's Vanacker to make it 2-2, but then Sikora from Nemitz and Florent to make it a 3-2 victory. And we're now tied at 1 in the series. All right, game number 3, first game at home, will be a 3-2 Tampa victory. Shots of 38-29 in favor of Tampa. 3 stars of the game are Vanacker, Florent, and Bedard. First period, Vanacker on the power play makes it 1-0, and that's Yannick Yagi with his first of the playoffs from Florent to make it 1-1. Second period, it's Bedard on the power play to make it 2-1 Tampa. Third period, it's Vanacker to make it 3-1, and then Anton Frundell from Sikora makes it 3-2, but it was not enough, and we go down 2-1 in the series. Pivotal game number 4 here. Oh, that'll be a 4-1 Tampa victory. You don't like to see it. Shots of 32-30 in favor of Hamilton. 3 stars of the game, Baranov, Camiso again with a 969 save percentage, and then McKinnon. First period, no scoring. Second period, they have 3 Tampa goals in a row from Kulina, Baranov, and Plurde. Heading in the third period, where it's Rayo to make it 4-0 before we get our first and only goal of the game from Consta Helenius, from Hensler and Ryabkin to make it a 4-1 game. And just like that, we are down 3-1 in the series. All right, come on, guys. Do something here in game number 5. Don't end it here in the first round. Do not end this run here in the first round. All right, there you go. Yannick Yagi with the goal from Matthias Vick and William Wallander with the assists. Put us up 1-0. All right, there's the first period, heading into the second now, but there's a goal for Verhoff to make it 1-1 midway through the second, and there's another one for Tampa. Samuel Rayo puts them up by 1, and there's another one. Caden Taylor for Tampa puts them up by 2, heading into the third period. Come on, boys. Big third period. Big third period. All right, there's one. Adam Nemitz with the goal from Kazda and Helenius. Can we get another? Nope. Keaton Verhoff with the goal seals the deal to make it 4-2, and we are out in the first round in 5 games. Shots are 43-29 in favor of Hamilton. 3 stars of the game, Vanacker, Yagi, and Camiso with another stellar performance. Oh man, that was brutal. Let's see the stats for the playoffs. You have 3 points for Nemitz, 2 for Frundell, Yagi, Helenius, Sikora, Wallander, and Ryabkin. Where's Bjork? 2 points for Florent as well. Only 1 point for Vigo Bjork in 5 games played. Ooh. Hensler with 1, Lundborg, Kazda, and Vic all with 1. Zellweger, Bolius, Miller, Finley, Levshinov, Eklund, and Hayden all with nothing. And then in goal, a 907 save percentage for Gagin. So Gagin did all right. I mean, obviously, he let in 4 goals here in game number 1, let in 3 in game number 3, let in 4 in game number 4, and then let in 4 in game number 5 as well. So could he have done better? Yeah, for sure. But our offense did almost nothing to support him at the same time. So overall, poor performance for your Hamilton Tigers here in these playoffs. Not a great showing. So I suppose with that, we will get started with the re-signings. You have Florent and Levshinov as the big names. Then you also have Ravensbergen and Hayden and Wallander. Levshinov wants 6 mil, 6.1 to be specific. Florent wants 4.8. Ravensbergen wants 1.8. Hayden wants 3.5. And then Wallander wants 3.1. I don't know about 3.1 for a 2-star defenseman. Yeah, I think I'll let Wallander walk. Hayden's been pretty good for us, but he's not my first priority. So I'm going to leave him unsigned for right now. He has a qualified contract anyway, so we'll retain his rights regardless of what happens. Ravensbergen, how did he do during the regular season again? 897. I mean, he was decent last year. He had that 919. It's not like he's asking for too much. And I doubt we'll find a better 2.5-star goaltender out there in free agency. So if I could take him down to 2 years, maybe, then I'd do that. He is really set on that 3 years. He gave him down to 1.84 for 3 years. I was not able to get him down to 2. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent deal. It's a decent deal for a goaltender of his caliber. We'll do that. Florent at 48 points this year, 62 grade, 120 hits. He's definitely worth what he's asking for. It's just a matter of, are we going to have enough for both him and Levshinov? We're going into next season with 18.3. Yeah, we should be able to afford both. That being said, it's going to be close. Let's see. Levshinov, 131 hits, 39 points, I believe I saw. Yes, indeed. 60 grade. Yeah, I definitely want to resign both of them. And then what Levshinov want again? 6.1. All right, I got Levshinov down to 5.55 for 3 years. That's a very good deal for him. We will do that. I got Florent down to 4.4 for 3 years. We'll do that as well. All right, now let's see our cap obligations going into next season. We have roughly 6.6 remaining. I get the feeling we're not going to be able to re-sign Hayden. I mean, he does only want 3.5, but we have his rights anyway, so I'll just leave him qualified for right now. And then all the rest of these guys, I will leave either auto-qualified or will release. And the 2034-35 Stanley Cup champions are the Tampa Bay Lightning, of course, with Connor Bedard and Drew Comey. So this is their 4th championship. Their last one in 2021, so this is their first championship in the simulation. The playoffs winning goal was scored by Marek Vanacker. He was a thorn on our side in that series as well. They, of course, went through your Hamilton Tigers, the Washington Capitals, the Carolina Hurricanes, and the previous reigning Stanley Cup champions, the Minnesota Wild. And now it's time for the NHL awards for the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Maurice Richard. It is Connor Bedard, who, of course, as we saw, has 140 points on the season, 75 goals. My goodness. For the Lady Byng, you have Donald Whitney of Montreal. He had 15 goals and 50 points on the season. For the Bill Masterton, you have Austin Matthews, who is now 37 years of age, 14 goals, 30 points with Toronto this year. For the Mark Messier Leadership Award, you have Nikita Artamanov on LA. He had 14 goals, 37 points. He even played in the AHL a little bit this year, it looks like. And then for the Jennings, you have Tyler Brennan of New Jersey, who had a .915 save percentage in 56 games played. And for the Hart, between Max Melicheric, Cameron Combe, and Connor Bedard, I can't imagine it's anyone but Bedard. Yep, 140 points. The only player to hit 100 points this season. For the Conn Smythe, you have Connor Bedard. Yep, 31 points in 22 games played for Tampa. For the Calder, between Matt McKenzie, Donald Whitney, and Carter Watson, it is Matt McKenzie of Winnipeg with 47 points. For the Norris, between Donald Marshall, Luke Hughes, and Nigel Boehm, it is Nigel Boehm of Buffalo with 42 points. For the Selke, between Julian Mays, Gavin Brindley, and Brock Birch, is Julian Mays of Minnesota with 41 points. For the Vezina, between Nico Dawes, Michael Hrabal, and Olavi Rautiainen, it goes to Michael Hrabal of Utah, 922 save percentage and 6 shutouts. For the GM of the year, between Tom Fitzgerald, Jeff Greenberg, and Eric Joyce, it is Tom Fitzgerald of New Jersey. And for the Jack Adams, between Brooks Orpik, John Wroblewski, and Sheldon Keefe, it is Sheldon Keefe. All right, we're on June 23rd, so let's see whose signing deadline is coming up. We have quite a few of them, it seems, here. Starting with Torquay, nope, 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 nope. Farkas, yes, I'm going to say yes to Farkas. Nope, and nope. Okay, so Farkas is the only one we're signing here, it seems. Let's just get a look at him. 1.5-star ability, 2.5-star potential. I like his personality. Career stats, last year he had 27 points in 49 games played in his current league, 67 grade, and he had 45 hits. So Farkas, we will sign you. Linus Nielsen, a 2-star ability. Let's see his development. He did not develop physically this year. He also did not develop mentally. He also did not develop offensively, and he did not develop defensively. He did not develop at all this year, it seems. Yeah, he has been developing very slowly, unfortunately. So I think, yeah, at this point, we may as well just sign him. He's already 21, and it seems like he's hit a wall in his current league. I don't think he's going to get any better where he currently is. So Linus Nielsen, we will sign as well. And here is our 2034-35 season summary. We reached the playoffs, had a winning season and a winning percentage of 600 or better. No negative categories, longevity bonus of 10, and financial health bonus of 1. Total season score at 30, and total career score so far at 221. 6 available points. I will max out motivation, and then I'll put 3 into discipline. Jake Sabell's contract is up this year. He is up for renewal. I mean, he's been good for us in the regular season, so I would like to give him another chance. Yeah, I'll give him one more season. We'll see what he can do with one more year with this team. Oh, okay. So we're on July 1st now, and this is our roster currently. You have Gagin and Ravensburg in goal. On defense, you have Sikora, Lundborg, Levchinov, Zellweger, Hensler, Bolius, and Farkas. And at forward, you have Bjork, Helenius, Ryabkin, Florent, Frondell, Nemetz, Kazda, Eklund, Vic, Yagi, Stewart, Miller, Nielsen, and Finley. But here's the thing. If we go to our transaction screen, there are 4 players who are not interested in re-signing. Adam Gagin, Olin Zellweger, Logan Hensler, and Ivan Ryabkin. That is unfortunate. Ryabkin does not want to re-sign, meaning we're going to have to trade him. We cannot afford to lose an asset like Ryabkin for nothing. So all these guys, unfortunately, are going to have to go on the trade block. We're going to have to get something back for them. And I think that is going to drastically affect what we do here in this free agency. Yeah, that's unfortunate, especially Ryabkin and Gagin. Those are 2 big blows right there. I mean, I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind keeping Gagin until the end of the season and then just letting him walk at the end of the season. But Ryabkin, we absolutely cannot do that with. We cannot afford that. Although with Gagin, he's making 8.4. So if we were to trade him, that's 8.4 we could free up for other players, you know, so I wouldn't be opposed to trading him here and now either. So first things first, let's take a look at who is available in free agency. You have Landon DuPont, the defenseman. Ooh, that is a star defenseman. That's a stud right-handed defenseman that we've been looking for. Yeah, I think we might we might have to seriously consider pursuing him. How much does he want? That's the question. How much does he want? He wants 8.6 for 4 years. Assuming we have to take him up, I'm going to assume we have to take him up to at least 9.25. And it may possibly be more depending on other teams pursuing him, right? So yeah, I think we trade Gagin, and we also obviously are going to trade Ryabkin as well. So assuming we get DuPont, that's Lundborg, DuPont, Levchinov, Sikora, Bolius, and Farkas. Then you also have the possibility of Owen Hayden, who we have yet to approach. How much is he asking for? 4.8. All right, well, you know what? First things first, let's get all these players on the trade block out of here. So Hensler, we could probably just shop him and see what we can get. Yeah, it looks like we can get a 4th back for him. So I will send him to a team that needs right defenseman, and I think we'll send him to Boston. As for Gagin, Zellweger, and Ryabkin, I'm going to see if I can find a manual trade for them. I mean, Anaheim is looking for goalies and centers, and if they were to get both Gagin and Ryabkin, that would probably make them an instant contender. Then again, that would probably be too much cap. As it is, they could barely afford Ryabkin. Ooh, seems Zellweger's not very valuable here, and that's even for a win now team that's looking for left defenseman. So in that case, I think we'll just shop Zellweger. Okay, yeah. we can get much more in return like this. So I don't know why Chicago wouldn't accept Zellweger for a 4th in that screen, but clearly they're willing to do it here. So we will send Olin Zellweger to Chicago in exchange for their 4th round pick. There you go. All right, I think I figured out what we're going to do here. So first off, to the Carolina Hurricanes will be Adam Gagin. And in exchange, we will be receiving a 2nd round pick, and that is all we can get. But that is all we need, because all we're doing here is clearing up cap space with Adam Gagin. So offer trade, and we'll see what they say. And next, if we take a look at the trade block and go back to Utah, they have a center, Artem Korolev, available on the trade block. He's 25 years of age, 3.5-star ability, 3.5-star potential. He's a dangler, great team player rating, good offensively, decent defensively, decent with the physical ratings as well. Last year with Utah, he had 63 points and a 62 grade. He's not that physical, I don't think, but he still does lay the body quite often. 87 hits, so more than a hit per game, rather. And the best part, that at least for this year, he is very cheap, only 1.35 million for this year. Obviously, I would imagine he Wants a lot more on his extension, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So Ryabkin, get on the trade. And we will also be sending the rights to Murnieks, who did not play for us last year, and a 7th round pick. So there you go. Ivan Ryabkin, the rights to Murnieks, and a 7th in exchange for Artem Korolev offer trade. And now with that done, we can go out to free agency and we will approach Evan Miley with a contract offer. He's a 2.5-star goaltender, 29 years of age. And last year with the Buffalo Sabres in 25 games played, he had a .907 save percentage. And the year before that, he had a .914 save percentage. And the year before that, a .907 and a .919 the year before that. So he's proven to be a very consistent backup goaltender, if nothing else. So that gives me some hope that he could possibly be a starting goaltender for us to replace Adam Gage. And so we'll give him $3 million for 3 years. Ask for a response, submit offer. And then, of course, I think we got to do it. We also have to go after Landon Dupont. This man is the star defenseman we have been missing for this whole GM mode so far. Great offensively, solid defensively, great physically, solid mentally. Last year with Ottawa, he had 51 points in 82 games played, a 64 grade, and in the expanded stats, he's very much a hitter, 136 last year, 162 the year before that. So we got to approach him with an offer. He's asking for 8.6 for 4 years. I'm going to give him 9.5 just to make sure. I do not want to miss out on Landon Dupont. So ask for a response and submit offer. Hopefully he accepts that. So with that, let's make our way to the NHL draft lottery and see what happens with all of our new potential acquisitions. Well, we've been one-upped on Dupont. Let's see. Ooh, 12.2. Effectively 12.3 for 4 years and a no movement clause. Can we even afford that? I mean, we are moving out Gage and Ryabkin, so that's freeing up, what is that, 14.6 in cap hit. We could technically do that, but that is going to be pushing it, and we would not be able to go much higher than this. Hopefully he accepts this. I'm desperate for a star defenseman like Landon Dupont, so I will definitely give him this. Ask for a response, submit offer. Please accept that. Oh no, again, we've been whopped again. 14.2. I don't know. Am I that desperate? Okay, you know what? Victor Eklund was not great last season. In 811 minutes played, he had only 21 points compared to 41 the year prior and only 58 hits. So assuming we get Dupont, we can trade Eklund. I would not mind doing that. So fine. We will go one more. I am very desperate for a high-end defenseman. 14.5. Okay, please. Ooh, Utah says no for Korolev. Oh, it's a salary issue, I think. Yeah, it's a salary issue. We're going to have to take Keller and then try to flip him. That's a huge risk. Let's try to get them to retain some salary on Keller. Okay, they can retain 40% on Keller. We may very well have to buy Keller out. I can't imagine anyone's going to be taking him at a 2-star ability, even with $6 million on his cap hit. So I know this is a risk, but I'm willing to do it in order to replace Ryabkin. So Ryabkin, Murnieks at a 7th for Korolev, and Keller at 40% of his salary retained, offer trade. And then I'm going to wait to accept the Carolina trade until I know for sure what's happening with Miley. And now we will go through the draft lottery. So at number 20 will be Detroit, followed up by Columbus, Vegas, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Cleveland again, Seattle, New York, Edmonton, St. Louis, Toronto, LA, Montreal, Boston, Winnipeg, Florida, Vancouver, Nashville, and Ottawa at number 1, followed by Anaheim. All right, time for the draft. So we do not have a first-round pick this year. Let's pick until human. And there is 1 2.5-star potential left. Archer Janssen, you know what? Sure, why not? Welcome to the team. Now in the 3rd round, there is 3 2-star potentials available. Let's take the skater Kevin Weber. Welcome to the team. And 4th round, there's 1 2-star potential left. Another goaltender. Let's just let the computer finish the draft. And there it is. Evan Miley and Landon Dupont have signed with your Hamilton Tigers. So we are now well over the salary cap ceiling. So now I will accept that trade with Carolina involving Gajan. There you go. So that puts us at 86.6. So we're technically below the salary cap ceiling now. However, we do still have to trade Ryabkin. So I'm going to wait on that trade with Utah. And there it is. Utah has accepted our trade offer of Ivan Ryabkin, a 7th, and the rights to Murnieks in exchange for Korolev and Keller at 40% of his salary retained. Complete trade. And now we have to somehow try to get rid of Keller. Let's send him to Boston. They look like they can afford him. And we will give them, I'd say, a 4th in exchange for a 7th. Hardly likely. Okay, let's add another 4th. Let's add their own 4th there. Okay, it takes 3/4 and a 1/3 plus Keller in exchange for a 7th. But you know what? It's worth it. It is definitely worth it. So offer trade. And Boston has accepted our offer, so we will complete that trade. And with that, we are now at 22 players on our roster. In goal, we currently have Ravensbergen and Millet. On defense, we have DuPont, Lundborg, Levchinov, Sikora, Bolius, Farkas. I would like to get one more defenseman. And at forward, you have Bjork, Helenius, Nemetz, Frundell, Korolev, Florent, Vic, Yagi, Kazda, Eklund, Stewart, Miller, Finley, Nielsen. So I'm going to say let's get a left defenseman since Farkas at a 1.5-star talent is currently our 3rd left defenseman. Ooh, Gabriel Eliasson. Last year for Montreal in 81 games played at a 68 grade with only 9 points. So that tells me he's very good defensively. Very much a hitter. 169 hits last season as well. Defensive category is good. Physical ratings are decent for the most part. Mental ratings are good. Offensive ratings are passable. I mean, we're not going to really be using him for offense anyway. He wants 4.9. We have 81.7 in cap, so we can afford this. However, I'd prefer to take him down to 2 years if possible. All right, I got him to 4.96 for 2 years. We'll see if he accepts that. And there you go. Gabriel Eliasson has signed. And I believe with that, we have our team heading into year number 12. In goal, you have Ravensbergen and Millet. On defense, you have DuPont, Lundborg, Levchinov, Sikora, Eliasson, Bolius, and Farkas. And at forward, you have Bjork, Helenius, Nemetz, Frundell, Korolev, Florent, Vic, Yagi, Kazda, Eklund, Stewart, Miller, Finley, and Nielsen. So with that, I think we'll end things off here. There's already been a very active episode. And the next one, we will start the year 12 simulation.